Hey guys, it's Elena, and what we're going to be doing today is 2023 roundup. I did this last year for 2022, and it was really fun, and I really want to make this like an annual thing. So let's jump into it. But before we do, I know I've been away a while. I'm still not coming back yet. I'm just emotionally, just mentally not well enough to do that. But just bear with me. I'll be back with some more content 2024. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And also I have this in a little bit more detail up on my podcast. It'll all be linked down below. So I might be a little bit more active on there because all that really involves is a topic and just talking. So yeah, let's just get started. But before we do, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and notification bell, and comment down below what you've been listening to, what you've been watching. Just let me know. My doggy wants to say hi. Say hi. No. So what we're going to be talking about first is top 5 recently discovered movies. So I'm just going to go from 5 to 1 as my favorite. So number 5 is This Is the End. It stars Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jay Baruchel, I don't know how to say his name, sorry. Jonah Hill, Danny McBride, Michael Cera. It was really great. I definitely recommend the first half. The rest is great too, but the first half is just amazing. I mean, like, end of the world, all celebrities. Yeah, very interesting, and I'll talk a little bit more about that on my podcast. So like I said, go check that out. Number 4 is Mr. Monk's Last Case. Okay, I freaking love Monk, so why wouldn't I love this? So go watch the show and the movie. And then number 3 is Last Night in Soho. So psychological, I love it. Also, Matt Smith is from Doctor Who. Edgar Wright did it. Edgar Wright did my favorite movie ever, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which I will talk a little bit more about that whenever we talk about the shows I've been watching this year. Yeah, Last Night in Soho was just so great. So many great twists. And, you know, the storyline was amazing. But I kind of called it. I mean, her mail. Look at her mail. It's literally her. Anyways. Number 2 is Slums of Beverly Hills, Natasha Lyonne. Do I need to say any more? And number 1 is Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps is so great. If you don't know what that is, go check it out. It's amazing. It's a mix of 2 of my favorite genres, coming of age and horror. You mix those and also teenagers dealing with mental stuff. That's like my forte. I mean, Girl Interrupted, Jennifer's Body, kinda, 13, girl. But I'm a Cheerleader, again, Natasha Lyonne.
Perks of Being a Wallflower, Lady Bird, Edge of 17. Need I still give you movies? I think you get my point.
Yeah, just I love those little psychological movies. Yeah, those are my top 5 recently discovered movies this year. And honorable mention I do want to talk about is Hunger Games. Hunger Games was amazing. All 4 of them. I haven't seen the 5th one yet, so don't say anything. Anyways, let's continue with the shows that I've been watching this year. I'm just gonna go by them really quickly and only talk about my top 3. So Fubar, really good. Loudermilk, definitely recommend, and I even talked about this one last year. Yellow Jackets, I was pleasantly surprised. Butt Kiss, Pete Davidson, Joe Pesci, need I say more? Doom Patrol, very out there. If you want out there and raunchy, definitely raunchy. It's for you. Okay, my top 3. Okay, Poker Face, Natasha Lyonne. Need I say more? Also, so many great guest stars. Like, it was just so great. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But like, wow, it's different every episode. She's just the female Columbo, and I'm living. Okay, so Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I have like maybe a 30-second story for this one. Okay, so guys, Scott Pilgrim versus the World is my favorite movie ever. I don't know if you know that. And then they created a show. They gave me a season just to take it away again. Because it got canceled, by the way, if you didn't know that. It was only meant to be 1 season, but still. The twists were great. Oh, I love everybody in that movie and show. It was amazing. I'm so glad they all came back. Anyways, I could talk about that for hours, but I'm not gonna. But number 1, which is kind of 2 shows, I binge watched them with my dad this year, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. See, Dad had already watched Breaking Bad, so he was just rewatching them with me because I really wanted to watch it. And Dad watched the first 2 seasons of Saul but never finished it. I don't know why, but he just didn't. It just didn't make sense to me because the way that the last episode he left it on was like one of the main characters either died or he didn't die. Like, yeah, anyways. Both of those shows are so great. I would say those 2 are my favorite that I watched this year because it was literally 6 seasons of Saul and 5 seasons of Breaking Bad. It was 11 seasons of constant action and fun. Well, as much as it can be, considering there's a lot of death and illegal activity. Being chased down by cops. Yeah, it's a lot. Anyways, I definitely recommend all of those shows. Yeah. And now what we've all been waiting for, well, I have, none of you guys have, is my recently discovered artists this year. I'm just gonna be doing 6 of them, but I'm not gonna go into detail like I said. That will be in my podcast. So yeah. Okay, so this is in no order. Okay, so number 6 is Tate McRae, which I just recently discovered like last month or the beginning of this month. She was really, really great. I personally don't see myself listening to her within the next year, but she's very, very talented and I will give her props. The album wasn't that bad. I actually really enjoyed it. My top 3 I think is probably Think Later. I really like Grave and X's. Those are my top 3 probably. But yeah, really, really great. And May, she's very, very talented. I cannot wait to see what she does in the future, and I just really thought that she was very entertaining. Puts on a great show, has really great music. My favorite is probably Irresponsible. That's probably my favorite. And I really like I really like Scatterbrain as well. I know those are probably like her 2 most popular, but still. Okay. And then Cage the Elephant. I really, really like Cage the Elephant. I only listened to 2 albums, but my favorite between the 2 is Tell Me I'm Pretty. And probably my top 3 off of that one is probably Mess Around, Trouble, and Cold, 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 maybe. Or Cry Baby. Ooh, I don't know. One of them. Now, my top 3 this year. Okay, in no order. Because I'm still into one right now. And I'll let you know who that is in just a minute. Okay, so Snow Wife. Snow Wife was definitely a recently discovered back in October through November. I definitely listened to her EP constantly that month. And then Seven Figure Supermodel. Like, I loved all of the music that she put out. But anyways, I really love All Night and Fart, if you know, you know. It's not really called Fart, but it's just a word I can't say on the channel. But Snow Wife is very entertaining and I cannot wait to hear Trainwreck and see what else is in the future of Snow Wife. I know that one will stick with me for a while. Okay, and the one that I'm listening to on repeat right now is Renee Rapp. Okay. Renee! Girl. I'm really digging Snow Angel right now. I'm really digging that one. And I think my favorite songs off the album is probably, I really love Poison Poison, and I love Talk Too Much, and I Hate Boston. Those are probably my top 3.
I changed my answer. It's I Hate Boston, Poison Poison, and Snow Angel. Those are my top 3 now. Snow Angel is just so great.
I really love those. I just kind of discovered her whenever, pretty much Mean Girls. Whenever I saw her on the poster, I'm like, who's that? So then I listened to the song that she did with Megan Lee. It was really, really good. I really loved her voice. So I looked her up and I listened to a crap load of her music and saw some performances that she did in Mean Girls, the musical. And she's very talented. That one I definitely do see sticking with me. And now my favorite recently discovered artist this year is Alita. Like, Alita is like, I applaud the group effort. Come on, so great. I really love It's a Joke, Sleep Paralysis, Mentally Not Here, Sour Switchblade, Anxiety Angel, Void. Like, really, like, I love all of it. Alita is just so talented, and I love the visuals that they have. I love her outfits, and most specifically, I love the music that she brings out. And It's a Joke, It was awesome. But yeah, those are my recently discovered artists, and Alita is definitely one that I will be taking away from this year. Like, my number one this year is Alita. Alita's so great. I'm sure you've heard me talk about her in my Spotify Wrapped one, but like, I will never shut up. Not for everybody, but like, it's for me. And okay, now we're going to be talking about my top 5 albums from this year, my top 5 artists, my top 5 according to Apple Music Replay, my top 10 favorite songs that I either discovered this year or took over the year. So stay tuned for that and strap in. Okay, so my top 5 favorite albums from this year. I'm gonna go 5 to 1. Let me know what your guys' favorite albums are that came out this year. So number 5, we got Snow Angel by Renee Rapp. Okay, like I said, I'm very into this album lately. There's just so many great songs.
I'd have to say, after listening for like almost a week now, I really love Snow Angel. I Hate Boston, Talk Too Much, Poison, Willow, Swim. I love all of them. Like, really, I do. Like, there's not one bad song on that one or the deluxe. I love Tummy Hurts, Pretty Girls. Like, come on. There's not one bad song.
Number 4 is Scarlet by Doja Cat. Okay, hear me out, guys. Doja Cat. Ugh. People might hate her, but her music is great. I love it. I love almost every song on the album. Like, really, there's only like 3 that I don't listen to, and there's 17 songs. That's very rare to find in an artist. Like, really. I would say probably my favorite is It's Gun. And I love Ouchies, and I love Demons. Obviously, Paint the Town Red. Attention. Oh, love it. There's just so many that I really, really love on that album. And it's just so different. Number 3 is This Is Why by Paramore. I have a reaction to that, by the way. This Is Why by Paramore. Oh my god. There's not one bad song on that album. Like, okay, You First is my favorite. Running Out of Time's great. Originally, I wasn't a big fan of that one at first, but it definitely has grown on me. Crave is amazing. I love all of them so much. There's not one bad song on that one, like I just said. But it's sad that they're taking a break again, but I get it. They toured a lot. Yeah. Anyways, number 2 is Guts by Olivia Rodrigo, her highly anticipated sophomore album, and it definitely slayed. And I still have to hear the secret tracks, but I'm really excited to hear those. But there is not one bad song on this album either. Ballad of a Homeschool Girl is me. All American Bitch, me. There's just so many good ones. Teenage Dream, me. Not one bad song. Yeah, okay. Number 1 is, you guessed it, Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? That album really surprised me. I knew it was gonna be great, but I didn't think it was gonna be that great. There's not one bad song on that at all. There's just not. Like, there's ones that I don't visit every time I listen to the album, but I don't know. I just really loved it. I loved it so much. Anyways, I loved it. Those are my top 5 albums. Okay, now we're gonna be talking about my top 5 artists, not according to Apple or Spotify. This is just my top 5 from this year. So let's get into it. Okay, number 5 is Alita, which we just talked about her. She's amazing. If I've already talked about somebody, I'm not gonna talk about them again. So I'm sorry, Alita, but we all know I love y'all. Okay, number 4 is Paramore. Come on. Number 3 is Miss Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga has taken over my freaking everything. Like, I've spent like over 3,000 minutes listening to her this year, probably. At least. Probably like 4,000 or 5,000 actually. But Lady Gaga, self-explanatory really. If you've been on my channel since like 2022 of like May, then you know how much I love Gaga. Self-explanatory. And if you're here, You love Gaga too. Number 2, Olivia Rodrigo. She took over my everything this year. Everything. But yeah. Oh. Okay, number 1, Lana Del Rey. Like I said, she took over this year. Last year, I discovered her, but this year I really got into her. Yeah, but we're gonna talk more about that in just a minute. Because the next category is top 5 according to Apple Music Replay. I know I did a Spotify Wrapped, but I'm gonna be combining the minutes on a couple of these artists. Actually, only one of these artists, because there was only one of these that were in my top 5 on Spotify. So I'll be right back. And yeah, top 5 according to Apple Music Replay. Okay, so my top 5 according to Apple Music Replay is Paramore with 456 minutes, Melanie Martinez 508 minutes, Taylor Swift at 888 minutes, Lady Gaga with 907 minutes. I had Apple Music for the majority of the year, like maybe like 6 months this year. At Spotify for maybe 3 months, and I didn't have a streaming service in between that. Actually, I had Amazon Music. Number 1 is Lana Del Rey, but if you combine the Spotify total and the Apple Music total,
Since I filmed this like over a week ago, the times have changed. It originally was 3,050 minutes. Now it's 32:36, so over 3,236 minutes I've listened to Lana this year. That's not even including my Amazon Music or my YouTube or anything.
for just Lana. And this is not counting YouTube, which I watched a lot of the music videos on YouTube, and I even made a CD on one of my CD things. She is definitely my number 1 this year, so yeah, that was not a shocker.
Also, side note, I only recently just started listening to Renee Rapp, like maybe like December maybe 17th or maybe 18th, and she has already gotten this much on my Apple Music Replay. Just look. Okay, the Snow Angel album is my 2nd most played album this year, and she's my number 6 most listened to artist. Like, how is this possible? I've only been listening to her for a week.
Okay, and now we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite songs of this year that I either discovered or kind of represented the year. So let's get into it. Okay, so number 10 is Hella Good by No Doubt. Okay, that one is definitely great. Like, I discovered it and just like brought out the punk in me. You know, it was great. Go listen to it. Number 9 is Kiss with a Fist by Florence and the Machine. I love me some Florence. And I just discovered that this song was by her this year. Like, I knew like the "you hit me once, I'll hit you back, and you give it, I give a slap, you smash the plate, you run it, and I said I will do it." Like that. But like, I didn't know that was Florence. So that one had to be mentioned on here, and I heard that one I don't know how many times I did, but that did make it on my Spotify or my Apple. But I love that one. Number 8 is You First by Paramore, and that one came at a time that I really needed that. Because like stuff was happening, and I'm just like, she comes by you first. Oh! Yeah, that one was to people in my family. Fun. Okay, number 7 is Mentally Not Here by Alita. That one is self-explanatory. Okay, number 6 is What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. What Was I Made For by Billie freaking Eilish? Of course that one had to be on here. It's Billie. Yo, it's Billie freaking Eilish. Like, what do you expect? Her to not be on here? Oh, Never Felt So Alone could have been on here. But it is on my like top 50 of this year, the playlist. Oops, I was spoiled a surprise. There's a playlist link down below that I made on Spotify and Apple Music of my top 50 picks from this year. It'll both be linked down below, so yeah, go check that out. And hope you enjoy the little playlist. All of these songs will be on here, by the way, so yeah. Okay, number 5 is A&W by Lana Del Rey. I mean, come on. Pretend this is an A&W. Okay, number 4 is Jennifer's Body by Hole. I personally did not expect to really like Hole, but I really like Live Through this album. Like, come on. Jennifer's Body is one of my favorite movies literally ever. So the fact that the movie has an amazing song to go with it is actually pretty cool now that I'm thinking about it, because it's one of my favorite movies, and that's one of my favorite songs. So the fact that they can go together is so cool. I really, really, really love the song. As you cannot tell by my Halloween performance of it, I butchered it, but it's fine. Number 3 is Escapism by Ray. Okay, that one. Sleezing and teasing, I'm sitting on them. All of my diamonds are dripping on them. And I'm not the boy who's real, shut my old out in my wax and I'm wrong. Too much. Anyways, Ray, My 21st Century Blues, come on. So good. Come on. Okay. Number 2 is Black Sheep by Metric from my favorite movie of all time, See Me. Come on. Hello again, friend of a friend. I knew you were. She even loves it. I brainwashed her. Yay! Lexi, get off the table! Anyway, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's originally sung by Metric. Lexi, get off! Get off! Get off! Ah! Ah! No! Stop flashing, everybody! No! I know you love Scott Pilgrim. Get over it. She just stressed yawn. Anyways, literally the best thing I've ever gotten from anybody. Anyways, the number 1 song of the year, which completely represents so many situations that I've been in this year. Step on Me by the Cardigans. Come on. Yeah. Anyways, I really love that song. I loved all of these songs. I loved all these artists. I loved everybody that I mentioned on this list. I loved everything I mentioned. Everything was so great. Like I said, let me know what your guys' top whatevers is down in the comments, like movies that you really loved this year. TV shows that you really loved this year, songs that you listened to, albums you loved, artists you discovered, just pretty much anything that I've talked about. Go sound it off in the comments and let me know if you like any of these people too. Maybe we can have like a hang sesh of me reacting to some of these people that I haven't yet discovered, of your favorites or somebody that I mentioned on here that I might not know some of their music. So yeah, go chat in the comments. And yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye now. This was actually kind of fun. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to edit though.
Yep, but totally worth it considering I'm not going to be back for a few.
Because I've taken a break for a reason. It's so time consuming, but this video is going to be worth it. I'm filming it on the 20th. It's coming out in 11 days, so like, it's fine. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the new year where I'm going to rebrand and I'm going to get some new music out. I'm going to do some and just do some new stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be really, really fun. It's gonna be weird going from red to whatever color. I haven't even decided what yet. Just really depends on the era. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And bye. Also go check out my podcast and the playlist full of songs that I really, really love. So yeah, go check that out. And here's a little snippet of the podcast. One thing that I do want to mention is, yes, there is going to be a YouTube video on this, but this episode will include reasons why I picked these and the stories behind them. So this is just going to be an extended version of that. Guys, Happy New Year. Merry whatever you celebrate. I know it's after, but Happy New Year.